Hi all, and I hope you're doing well. Today's going to be a super quick, honest review on Vanille Havane. I know I'm a bit late to the bandwagon, but it's better late than never. So I wanted to talk about this fragrance from Indemodables. How do you even say it? Indemodables? You know what? Write it in the comments because I'm not going to even try. I'm going to butcher it. So let's not do that. Let's talk more about this fragrance and its notes. Now, you'd think with all those amazing sounding notes that I would fall head over heels in love with this fragrance. Now, this one has cacao, it's got amber, it's got florals. What else does it have? It doesn't, it has just so many notes, dried fruits and leather and it's a concoction. It's a Middle Eastern concoction. I have to say that from now. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit exhausted. Today's been a very long day, and I do this as a side hustle, so not really much of a hustle. I don't get paid for any of this. This is products I buy with my own money. I haven't had any sponsorships whatsoever. So I wanted to talk about this one a little bit more so you can see that the juice is nice and dark. It really is a reflection on this actual fragrance. It's a very Middle Eastern incensey sort of fragrance. I believe that they didn't list any incense when it comes to this fragrance, but I could definitely smell it. All right, what I get here is a syrup, almost a syrup like amber, and an incense note. I don't really know much about the cacao here because it's not a very cacao straightforward fragrance. This one, it definitely has cacao in the background, but it's very heavy on the tobacco. It's a syrupy amber with tobacco and a bit of that cacao in the background. As for the floral notes, I think, the cacao and tobacco and the syrupy amber really do take over. But if you were to think of it in a way, it's like the background noise essentially of this fragrance. It is literally the syrupy color that you see here of an amber syrup fragrance with tobacco. This is essentially it. And I'm surprised no one's really ever said that initially when I was when I was going through the reviews of this product specifically. This almost smells like something I could drink, like a not really a tea, but if you had a very sweet tea without the actual tea note in it, the herbal one, this is what it would smell like. It's just such a syrupy, sweet, almost the same color as a sweet tea, actually. But it is essentially that. It's definitely a different way of describing it, but this is one that I wish someone would have told me had incense in it to begin with. It's just a bit, yeah, you get that incense for sure. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely detest Middle Eastern fragrances, but this one, surprisingly, don't detest. It's because of that incense note. It almost gives off a type of almost sandalwoody, almost sandalwood sort of essence or incense, sorry, note to it. I don't mind a sandalwood incense note, but I do mind some sandalwood. So this one doesn't bother me. And the way it's just blended in together is lovely, but it's definitely like a sweet, ambery, syrupy tea without the actual herbal note to it, with that tobacco and a little bit of that cacao. That is essentially this one. Longevity and projection is fantastic. Absolutely love this one for that reason. And this 50 ml is going to last a very long time. It's got a bit of a dent in it and it's really, really lovely. Would I keep this in my collection? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because if you don't like Middle Eastern fragrances, I would never recommend you ever blind buy, full stop, for anyone and everyone. But if you do not like Middle Eastern fragrances, do not buy this one. Although I do enjoy it, I am going to be passing this one on. Unfortunately, although it does smell lovely, I think a decant is more than enough for me to suffice me when it comes to this fragrance. Now, in terms of sort of gender, every fragrance is unisex. We've touched about that before, but in terms of this, if I was personally to prefer to smell this on a man or a woman, I personally would prefer to smell this on a woman. I think it smells more sensual on a woman. I think this one is a little too sweet for a man to wear, but I mean, if you love it, you love it. You can't really discriminate. So this is a great one, and I would recommend it, but I would recommend it in terms of purchasing a sample of this, because this is dangerous. This could be polarizing. You either love it or you either hate it. You might like it, you might, but you're not guaranteed. And also, it's quite a pricey bottle to just blind buy. So would highly recommend you get a sample. It does smell great. Do a 2 or 3 day wear test. Let me tell you about this one. I did a 1 day wear test and it smelled great and I loved it. And I did a 2 day wear test and I didn't enjoy it as much. So take that as you will. I really hope that this review is enjoyable, or you got more out of it than other reviews. I really hope you do, because I wish I had someone so savage to tell me how something smelled like. And I do have quite a sensitive nose, so I do pick up on notes that maybe not necessarily some people pick up on, whatnot and what have you. And also, I'm not the typical YouTuber that does enjoy their Middle Eastern fragrances. I pick up on aroma chemicals. I pick up on so many different notes. So anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Take care till then. Bye bye.